Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball. And what's good, everybody? Welcome in. Glad to have you guys in the stream, being a part once again on the channel. Here we go. Final Four bound, as we have the first matchup tonight in the Final Four. The number 11 seed, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the number 1 seed, the Purdue Boilermakers. DJ Burns versus Zach Edey for this matchup, and what a story NC State has become. They became the 6th 11 seed to ever make the Final Four, and they're looking to see if they can get to the national championship. If so, they will be the lowest seed ever to do so, to go to the national championship. And then on the other side, Purdue. Redemption type of story for the Boilermakers. Last year was eliminated by the 16 seed. Zach Edey, the National Player of the Year, coming off a 40-point game in a win over Tennessee in the Elite Eight last weekend, leading his team to the Final Four for Purdue, with spots on the line for the national championship on Monday. If you're new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well, if you guys would like to be notified on the channel. And it's going to be a fun night here with a good doubleheader in store going down. Daniel, Lucas, Alex, Joe, Vegas, welcome in, everybody. Diamond McCrab on the channel, welcome aboard. And hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win this one here, NC State or Purdue. We'll be tipping off in around 6 minutes from now. Glendale, Arizona, State Farm Stadium, home of the Arizona Cardinals for NFL football. But tonight, it's turned into a mega house with 70+ thousand fans in attendance for tonight's matchup between NC State and Purdue. A winner will face the winner of Alabama versus UConn in the national championship at 9:20 p.m. on Monday. Yeah, things went pretty well. I actually just got a new set of games for tomorrow that I wasn't expecting at all, because one of the teams that was supposed to host the school that I announced for, they got over an inch of snow in their field, so they have to play it tomorrow at the team that I announced for. So I just got called in to substitute for tomorrow for 2 games in the afternoon. For me, I had 2 games earlier today. They got pushed up because of the rain, and actually in the second game it started a downpour, but luckily they were able to get in the games for today. What's good, Charlize on the stream? Welcome back in. Thanks all for joining in. Yeah, so close for Indiana State. What a crusher right there. You guys had it, but then at the end, Seton Hall able to get on a major run and pick up the win. I didn't feel the earthquake yesterday, but wow, I heard about it. So it was over a magnitude 4 in New Jersey. But yeah, Rhode Island, Mass was able to feel like parts of that earthquake, which is crazy. Red uniforms for NC State, white numbers, white letters. Their leading scorer, DJ Horn, just announced as they're announcing the starters for tonight's game here. Michael O'Connell, the lead point guard for NC State. Inside the starting five, Mohamed Diarra, DJ Burns, Casey Morsell, a transfer from Maryland and Virginia, on the team. And then DJ, just been sensational what he has been doing. Just ripped that one-on-one defense versus Duke to shreds in the game on Sunday. Burns is coming off 29 points in the 76-64 victory on Sunday, and they only had 21 points at halftime and just exploded in the second half for NC State. They've won 9 straight games in over 25 days for the Wolfpack. They were sitting at 17-14 to close out the regular season, and then they had to win every single game to starve off elimination. They were tied against Louisville at 75 with 4.5 minutes left. They took control in the final 4:30, won that game in the first round of the ACC tournament, beat Syracuse by 18. They beat Duke the first time around in the ACC tournament, and the crazy part about it is their turnaround started with a buzzer beater bank on a 3 that forced overtime, and they ended up winning against Virginia in the ACC semis in overtime 73-65, won the ACC championship over UNC 84-76. And what they've done in the bracket is incredible. They beat Texas Tech by 13, 80-67, went into overtime against the Cinderella Oakland, the 14 seed, and outlasted Oakland 79-73. It took control of the game against Marquette, the 2 seed, won in the Sweet 16 67-58, and then after scoring just 21 points in the first half, trailing by 6 at halftime, they outscored Duke by a landslide in the second half, won 76-64 last Sunday in the Elite Eight. And for Purdue, they fell short in the Big Ten tournament by 1 in overtime against Wisconsin. But this is a Purdue team that only has 3 losses this season, and looking for the redemption story from them. Their first loss came after a 7-0 start. They lost by 4 in OT at Northwestern, 92-88. Their only loss by double digits came at Nebraska in a road game, 88-72 on January 9th. And then after that, they won 8 straight games in a row before they lost by 4 at Ohio State, 73-69, and then fell short by 1 in the Big Ten tournament semis, 76-75 in overtime against Wisconsin. And then they've been able to win every single game here, basically by a large margin for the most part. Closest game was the last one against Tennessee, but they beat Grambling 78-50, crushed Utah State 106-67, beat Gonzaga 80-68. That was a close back and forth game in the Sweet 16, and they took control of that in the second half for Purdue. They were making their threes left and right. They're the top 3-point shooting team in the nation, around 40% from the perimeter. And then they won against Tennessee 72-66, down to the wire in a classic Zach Edey versus Dalton Connect battle. But in the end, Purdue able to pick up the win. And I think this game's going to hinge around foul trouble in this matchup here today. North Carolina State needs to avoid foul trouble as much as possible to have a chance, especially the front court guys with DJ Burns and Mohamed Diarra, if they want to have an opportunity to pull off a massive upset here, because Edey is just so difficult to defend. 7-4 Zach Edey and what he can do down low, and Tennessee had double the amount of fouls as Purdue did in the Elite Eight game. And UNC has to come in with a massive game plan here and see if they can limit Edey as much as possible and try to get him as far away from the rim as much as possible here. Yeah, so I heard that there's hidden tectonic plates that a lot of scientists weren't aware of, but there's tectonic plates, I guess, that's hidden before that scientists are discovering that's underneath New Jersey. So that's the cause of that. Is they got like tectonic plates over in underneath New Jersey. Jared, welcome in. I'm gonna go Iowa tomorrow. I was planning on streaming that game. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do so. I just got called in like an hour ago to announce a game in person that got rescheduled for tomorrow. There's been a bunch of cancellations because of snowstorms and stuff. We got rain on Thursday, but the place is like an hour north of me got snow, so they're not playing games for like the next like week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks potentially for some of these places because some of the schools in conference for some of the teams that I announced that's either in New Hampshire or Maine, some of those places got like 18 inches of snow on Thursday. Here we go. We are underway. Purdue right to left on the floor, white jerseys, black numbers, black letters. They have it first for the Boilermakers. Edey, Lance Jones around the perimeter. Braden Smith lobs it back to Edey. Backs his way on Burns. Outside finds Jones. Takes the three. Bricked off the back from no good. Tipped up. The offensive rebound controlled by Trey Kaufman-Renn for the Boilermakers. Kaufman-Renn backs his way in Diarra. Down inside the low post. Turnaround shot by Kaufman-Renn. He puts it in. It's good for two to start off for Purdue. We're just getting started. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Let us know out in the chat who you're rooting for to win this game here, NC State or Purdue. Type it in. DJ Burns, first possession. He's working on Trey Kaufman-Renn. Pivot, jumper, baseline, no good off the mark. Tipped off the glass by Diarra. And out of the pack, it's Braden Smith who collects the defensive rebound. And Smith up the floor, gets contacted down onto the hardwood. So that's going to be one quick foul picked up, charged to NC State. Out in transition, and that is charged to Burns. So exactly what I talked about in the pregame that you cannot do if you're at NC State. And DJ Burns, 57 seconds into the game, picks up a quick personal foul. That's a crusher right there because it's not against Edey. It's a play simply in transition that you're defending Smith. Top of the key, Edey. Everybody knows that he's going to have to pass that off. That's not his shooting area. Smith dribbles up to the elbow outside. It goes over to Lawyer. Jones lobs it off to Edey. Edey backs his way at the right block on Burns. Edey left-handed hook shot rattles in. Good for two. 4-zip here for Purdue. Joshua on the stream. Dale, welcome in. Thanks for joining in, guys. Burns has it at the top. He's defended by Kaufman-Renn. Burns dribbles up now. Bounce pass. Backdoor cutter. Layup is good. Up and off the glass by P.J. Horn. DJ Horn got the layup. Backdoor. DJ Burns with an assist. DJ to DJ for the first bucket today. Purdue with the ball under 8:20 left to go in the 18:20 left to go in the first here. Edey down at the low block, missed off the mark. Battle for the rebound. Edey came down with a double team. Edey going up, no good. Edey slipped on the hardwood far side of the floor. It's an offensive rebound though for Purdue. Lawyer takes the three right down the middle, delivers. Pure stroke right there by Fletcher. Lawyer from the perimeter. 7-zip here for Purdue to the first 2 minutes of action. In the Final Four, game number 1, I'll be covering UConn against Alabama later today. NC State turns it over far side of the floor. The steal collected here by Smith. Smith at the right wing perimeter. Moves it off to Lawyer. It's off to Smith once again. Smith dribbles out to the edge of the midcourt logo. 5 points via the second chance so far in the first 2.5 minutes here. Purdue with a possession. Smith, top of the key, working on the horn 101. Dribbles off the Edey screen towards his right. Drives inside the paint. Floats up the leaner. Missed off the mark. No good. Battle for the rebound. Bodies crashing out of bounds. It is off of Diarra last, though. This will stay Purdue basketball. Hey, what's good? Charles in the stream. Welcome in. Thanks for joining in, man. What a start right now for the Boilermakers to begin this game. Yeah, I saw that, so congratulations out to Coach Schertz, heading over to St. Louis now for the new head coach. Four to 0 offensive rebounds in favor of Purdue. Bounce pass goes over to Kaufman-Renn. Kaufman-Renn backs his way to the mid-block, working on Diarra, puts up a shot and gets fouled. And that's now one personal foul each between Mohamed Diarra and DJ Burns. So, tough start for the front court here for NC State that they have one foul each to begin this game. And Purdue will shoot 2 at the free throw line with Kaufman-Renn. Hey, Jen, welcome in. Thanks for joining in again. 2 shots at the free throw line. First one is good by Trey Kaufman-Renn. Yeah, I saw that. So, Eric Musselman hired by USC. I feel like they must have had that plan in the works there for him because it was just such a down year for Arkansas. That's all 7 out of the 9 points through second chance opportunities so far in this game. Will Middlebrooks, first time on the floor, jumper, baseline, horn, missed off the mark, no good. Edey collects the defensive rebound. Just an absolute clinic to begin the first 3+ minutes by Purdue. Bounce pass, free throw circle. Kaufman ran it outside, gives it off to Smith. NC State just 1 for 3 from the floor, plus a turnover. Purdue 3 for 7. Skip pass, right wing. Smith over to Lawyer. Lawyer thought about a step back. He does. Takes it off the back iron, no good. A rebound secure by Diarra. And NC State needs something. They got off to a slow start against Duke. Only 21 in the first half, but exploded for a big second half with 50+ points. Will Middlebrooks. Hand off at the baseline. Jumper, horn, swoosh. That's a big bucket right there. DJ Horn, he's got all 4 so far today. Purdue crosses midcourt. And that'll be a turnover committed by Purdue. Braden Smith. I think they got him on the backcourt. Yeah, backcourt violation by Braden Smith. He had 1 foot that crossed over the line, and then he went back off the dribble and put one of his feet back behind. Yeah. He restarted the dribble once again, and his back foot crossed the midcourt line. So that's a turnover. Turnover quickly by NC State. Outlet pass ahead. Off to Smith. Got blocked from behind. Smith gets it back, though. To the outside. It goes to Lawyer. Top of the key. Lance Jones going to step into an open 3. He rattles it in. Second made 3 of the game now for Purdue. We have a timeout taken on the floor here with 15:46 left to go. As NC State will burn a first timeout tonight. Couple big-time mistakes by NC State so far, taking control of the basketball. Purdue has made them pay. 8-point advantage for Purdue, leading to the first timeout. What a start for Purdue right now. That's an NC State timeout that was just taken. Also, it would have been a media break anyway, since we're under 16 left to go. But if you're doing a stream or just getting started, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. And I'll be back covering UConn against Alabama later tonight too. Yeah, so Arkansas doesn't have anything yet. Jerome Tang for Kansas State was supposed to be the top, option to replace Musselman at Arkansas, but he just got offered a contract extension, so it looks like he's going to stay at K-State. I think probably a likely option will be Will Wade for Arkansas. Oh, wow. I did not hear that yesterday. So I did not hear that yesterday. I caught the tail end of the Iowa-UConn game last night. Good balance so far by Purdue. Edey has been limited to just 2. He's right now the number 4 scorer to the first time out. Trey Kaufman ran. He's got 4. 3-point shot made each between Fletcher, Lawyer, and Lance Jones. And then Edey has 2. So that's now 4 starters out of 5 he scored. Plus Braden Smith has an assist. Got a lot of work to do for NC State to get back in this game. There's never been an 11 seed to make it to the national championship game. The lowest seed is an 8. North Carolina lasted that in 2022 when they were an 8 seed, faced Kansas in the national championship game. And then I believe Villanova back in the 80s was an 8 seed, the first ever 8 seed to make the national championship. But Purdue just smoking NC State right now on the boards in this game. 5-0 offensive rebound, 10-0 second chance points right now. Back to action. DJ Burns has it at the elbow. Passes out to the right corner. Wide open three. O'Connell splash. He delivers. It's a great play drawn up from the timeouts. Second assist tonight by DJ Burns Jr. Calabr's in the stream. Welcome in. Yeah. FAU last year as a 9 seed almost made it to the championship. And that is another backcourt violation there. Charged to Braden Smith. So he just had one. He lost it. NC State, give credit to NC State. They're picking up Braden Smith right as soon as he crosses the midcourt line. They're picking up within the 5 feet range of midcourt afterwards. And this will take us to the media timeout right now. So 15-16 left to go. We will head to the media timeout. It was an NC State timeout, the previous timeout, under 16. And now we hit the media break. Yeah, I caught a little bit of that McDonald's All-American game. Looked incredibly impressive for Cooper Flagg. So I'm looking forward to see what he can do in the future for him. I think he's going to be really good next year, in his first year. Yeah, both of these teams playing tight right now. 4 combined turnovers. We're just past 4+ minutes in the game so far. That's a big 3 that NC State hit coming back from the timeout, though, because they didn't really have any sort of momentum. It was only DJ Horn. He was the only player who had scored up to that point, so that allowed McConnell or O'Connell to get on the board for him. Took his first shot from the corner. He was left wide open, drilled a 3. Oh, I didn't hear that. So Trevor Story got injured last night. Hopefully nothing severe there. Yeah, I know the Red Sox have been playing pretty well. I haven't been catching the last couple of days because I've been super busy. It's been a lot of like makeups and reschedule games that's been thrown in last minute onto the schedule. Like tomorrow, I have a game that wasn't even supposed to be on the schedule. It was for a road game for the other opponent, but their site has over an inch of snow on it, so it got rescheduled to the team that I announced for. So I have to cover that game for tomorrow. I'll go Purdue in this one for my prediction by 13 for Purdue. They just seem like they're outmatching NC State right now. NC State needs to avoid foul trouble. 12-7. Skip pass out to the corner. Intercepted by Smith as he comes up with a steal. First 5 minutes of action so far. Smith sends it out to the top. Lawyer lobs it down. Low block to Edey. Edey's only got 2. Backs his way on Burns here. Edey inside. Left-handed hook over Burns. Bounces in. That is good for 2. Yeah, so the summer place that my family has up in New Hampshire, they got 19 inches of snow. A lot of those areas still without power right now. Like a lot of the places around the lakes region in New Hampshire, like 18.5, 19 inches over there, still without power. Burns working on Edey off the pivot. Burns, left-handed hook shot over Edey off the back from no good. Deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Gillis. So this is going to stay NC State ball. Yeah, they have a weird camera angle. It seems like it's close up for the camera angle. I feel like it's been, like, higher up before. But, yeah, it seems closer up that they have the camera angle right now. Inbound to NC State. DJ Burns held scoreless. 0 for 2 from the floor so far. The lob goes to Burns from Horn. Burns, 10 on the shot clock. Backs his way. Low block working on Edey. Turner at a hook shot. Over Edey. Drops it into the bucket. It is good as DJ Burns is on the board. 14 minutes left to play in the first now. Down by 5 for NC State. Purdue with a possession. Lance Jones around the perimeter. Lobs it off to Edey. Edey has it at the mid-block. Edey brings along a double team. That's a turnover. NC State with numbers here. 3-on-2. O'Connell stumbles up the floor and lost the handle. That's a turnover. Is he okay? That was a bad slip right there. Hopefully nothing is wrong with his knee. On a transition for Michael O'Connell. He's okay. Good to see right there. That's tough when you see a player stumble like that. Non-contact injury off the dribble. Just stumbles down. And, yeah, he was feeling his left knee after he went down. Slipped. Lost it out of bounds. That's tough there. And then he was kind of favoring his left thigh. He's still favoring it right now. He will substitute out of the game right now for Michael O'Connell. So he's walking a little bit gingerly. Going to be checked out by the medical staff right now. He might have pulled a hammy right there for O'Connell. Yikes, never want to see that. That's why I'm shocked he got up so quickly, because non-contact injuries, those are always like the worst right there. And he looks like he apparently pulled something. Smith, his pass got intercepted. Casey Morcell comes out with a steal here. A lot of turnovers. Both of these teams playing with a lot of jitters. The pass over to Diarra. Couldn't finish at the rim. Looks like he got poked in the eye as Edey collected the defensive rebound and the ball went out of bounds. Last touch for NC State. So you got to finish that dunk if you're Diarra, and then Edey comes in from behind, and yeah, the refs did not call that. Edey's arm just smoked Diarra at the eye, but first of all, if you're Diarra, you got to finish that. 14-9, Purdue with a possession. Top of the key, Edey. Edey dribbles up top of the free throw circle. Handoff goes to Smith. Smith towards his left. Dribbles towards his right. At the free throw circle. Lobs it down low. Edey double teamed over. Burns puts it in. It's 2 more. Zach Edey now getting into a groove. 7-point advantage for Purdue. Edey's up to 6 points now. 3 for 5 from the floor. Vernon, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. 6 points, 3 boards by Edey. Under 13 minutes left to go in the first. Burns. That's going to be a jumper taken by Horn. Missed off the back rim, no good at the elbow as Smith collects the defensive rebound. Braden Smith slows it down. He's defended by Morcell. Slides it off to his left to Camden Hyde, number 23. Outside, Edey. Kick out corner. 3 by Hyde. Missed short. And it goes back to NC State with the ball. Jaden Taylor has it up the floor. Sends it off to Morcell, looking to see if they can space the floor this possession. Burns around the wing. Handoff. Horn spots up, takes the 3. Came up short, no good. And this is now starting to become a scoring drought for NC State. 12 minutes left to play in the first. 7-point lead, Purdue. Looking to see if they can build upon it. Smith around the Edey screen. Sends it on top to Gillis. Gillis up fake. Handoff. Here's a 3. Straight away. Jones has made 1. Took a second one. Missed off the rim, no good as Diarra collects the defensive rebound. This game starting to get out of hand here for NC State. Burns has it at the top. Burns, bounce pass, backdoor cutter. They scored a layup. Up and then off the glass by Jaden Taylor. DJ Burns now up to his 3rd assist tonight. That's the underrated ability of DJ Burns right there, just coming from the playmaking side of the ball and does it right there. He's averaging just under 3 assists per game this season. Edey triple teamed inside. It's too easy. Should be 11. 18-11 now on the scoreboard. 8 points by Edey, 10 points in the paint for Purdue, just 4 so far for NC State. DJ Horn has it around the perimeter, sends it on top to Morsell. Morsell looking for Burns here as Burns is posting up. Morsell, tough defense play by Purdue, shovels off to Burns, 18-footer straight away, not his shot right there as he took the J. Straight away for a deep 2, bricked off the back rim. Purdue's going to slow it down as we approach the 10.5-minute mark left to go in the first half. Bounce pass goes to Edey at the right elbow. Edey, handoff. Braden Smith spots up, takes the step back 3, bricked off the front rim. A rebound secured by NC State. Up the floor, wide open 3 transition. That's an air ball. No good by Casey Morsell as it goes back to the Boilermakers. Purdue is yet to lead by double digits. They've had a lot of opportunities lately to do so. Deep 3 from the parking lot. Lance Jones off the pull-up splash. He sinks it. And that's the first double-digit lead of the game. 21-11 for Purdue. Midway through the first. NC State looking for something offensively. Only 11 points that they have scored so far. Burns dribbles up, floats up the runner. 14-footer around and in. Bounces in. That's a big-time bucket right there because that was not the shot that you probably wanted to take if you're Burns. He just missed on an 18-footer, goes 4 feet upwards to a 14-footer, and it was like an off-balance floater straight line, and somehow was able to make its way out of around the rim and in. There goes Edey responding right back over Burns with a classic right-handed hook. 23-13, double digits now for Zach Edey with 10 points. Burns has it at the top, dribbles towards his right. Handoff, here's a 3, taken by Horn, rattles in, it's good. All right, starting to get something here into a little bit of a rhythm for NC State, back-to-back buckets. I think if you're NC State, you just got to keep on playing through the DJs in this game. DJ Burns, low-key, he's got 4 total assists right now, alongside 4 points, 7 points by DJ Horn leading the way. The 3 bricked off the back rim, no good by Lance Jones. Offensive rebound controlled by Kaufman-Wren. Tough game so far in the defensive glass for NC State. 6-1 in offensive rebounds in favor of Purdue. That time, it will go to a defensive rebound control for NC State. So we are well below that 12-minute media timeout here. We're more closer to the 8 as we're approaching that mark in 35 seconds. Hand off to Morsell. Morsell at the left wing perimeter. These guys have been playing forever. Must be gassed on the floor right now. Dribbling up with Jalen Taylor. Takes the jumper. No good. Bricked off the back rim for NC State. And an offensive rebound underneath out of the pack. Morsell couldn't finish. Missed the layup going backdoor. It goes back to Purdue. 7-point lead for Purdue. Both of these teams have been playing ball for a while right now for the last 7 minutes plus without a whistle nonstop. Braden Smith has it at the edge of the Final Four logo. So we're down to 8 minutes left to go. Next whistle will take us in the media break. Smith, top of the key, as he's defended by DR 101. Edey sets the screen. Smith, 5 in the shot clock. Smith at the elbow, creates space. Jumper, no good, misfired. And the rebound out of the pack picked up by DR for NC State. Next whistle will take us to the timeout. DJ Horn, top of the key, towards his left off the burn screen, takes the 3 straight away. No good off the rim. Rebound secured by Smith for Purdue. And once again, Purdue is going to slow it down. If you're new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. If you'd like to be notified for future live streams in the channel, Smith at the left wing. Smith dribbles up, passes, top of the key, wide open 3. Gillis takes it, and he makes it from downtown. 26-16 now for Purdue. We're going to go as long as the clock keeps on rolling until the next timeout or the next clock stoppage. Open 3 from the corner. No good for the big fella. Missed off the mark by Mohamed Diarra on a wide open corner 3 by NC State, and it goes back to the Boilermakers. 4 for 10 from the perimeter for Purdue. Just 2 for 6 right now from 3 for the Wolfpack. Braden Smith controlling tempo, 12 in the shot clock, under 7 minutes left to go in the first. Smith moves it outside. Gillis has it at the left wing, fires it top of the key, making 2 threes so far tonight with Lance Jones. Edey, jab step, 3 in the shot clock, backs his way on Burns. Edey with a hook shot, came up short, he gets fouled. And DJ Burns picks up his second personal foul of the night, and this will take us finally to a timeout break. 9+ minutes of basketball action straight up before we finally hit a whistle. During that elapsed period of time, we're down to 6:29 left to go before halftime. A lot going in right there to unpack. Purdue bringing their three-point game. They've just been dominant on the glass right now. A lot of difficulty for NC State coming up with rebounds. 15-8 on the glass right now for Purdue. 6-2 offensive rebounds, 9-6 defensive rebounds for Purdue. And then the threes. Purdue has made 4 threes, NC State with just 2 throughout this game so far. 16-8, my correction on the rebounds there as it just updated. Purdue is doubling NC State on the glass. 4 for 10 by Purdue from 3, just 2 for 6 for NC State. DJ Horn's got 7. They've really got to get guys going on offensively. It's basically been way too much between Horn and Burns. You got 2 guys that's carrying the bulk of the load for the shots, and not really much done by the rest of the players offensively tonight. 12 out of the 18 shots total have been through the DJs in this game. DJ Horn 3 for 7 with 7 points, and DJ Burns 2 for 5 with 4 points. You got to get some sort of balance there if you're NC State instead of playing through a duo. Right now, Purdue has been able to get that to balance throughout their starting lineup. 10 points by Zach Edey, 6 by Lance Jones. He has sunk down 2 threes. Fletcher Lawyer made a 3. Trey Kaufman-Renz got 4. And then Braden Smith, the lead facilitator, with 3 assists. Hey, what's good, Jason? Welcome in, man. Thanks for stopping by, brother. So right now we're on a timeout. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified here for future live streams. I cover basketball action on the channel, play-by-play, college hoops, NBA games as well. And I'll be back covering UConn against Alabama later tonight, so if you'd like to join in for that, feel free to do so as well. We just went through a lot of period of time. Basically almost 9 minutes straight up of basketball without a single whistle. And DJ Burns has 2 personal fouls so far, so that's what you cannot afford to do if you are NC State. You cannot afford to get into foul trouble like that. And DJ Burns with 2 personal fouls, Mohamed Diarra with 1. Hey, what's good? Ghost in the street, welcome in. And DJ Burns going to have to sit on the bench for a little bit of time right now. So 3 personal fouls by NC State. Purdue, with 6:29 left to go in the first, has yet to even pick up a foul tonight. They played completely clean basketball for the Boilermakers. As Zach Edey will shoot 2 shots coming back for the timeout. And if you're NC State, you need answers. You need answers fast, because if you're Purdue defensively, you're keying in on DJ Horn for the next 6.5 minutes to limit as much as possible by him. Horn's averaging around 17 points per game this season because DJ Burns right now is not on the floor. Edey makes the free throw, 27-16. .6:29 left, and we will take another timeout here. Yeah, we technically went through 2 media timeouts because we took like 9 minutes off the clock without a whistle, so that's why they're heading to another timeout. They're just going to split the free throws right now, and then Edey will have his second coming up after the break. Yeah, so this goes down as an official TV timeout, so it's 2 within a span because we passed the 12-minute break without a single media timeout. I believe it's over 70,000 that it can hold for attendance. So, I'm getting right here that it can accommodate over 73,000 for State Farm Stadium. Hey, what's good? We got Bradley, Ron on the stream. Welcome in. JT in the channel. Welcome on board. So right now we're just on the media break. We have almost 100 watching the stream right now. If you guys are new in the channel, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. This is another media timeout. We just passed the 12-minute mark and then the 8-minute mark, so that's why we've taken 2 media timeouts during the span. We actually passed the 12 media mark without a single timeout, so that's why we've taken 2 inside the 8. Catching up on those media timeouts. Yeah, it's I guess during the tournament it's mandatory that they have to do these media timeouts at certain times. So it's under 16 minutes, under 12 minutes, under 8 minutes, under 4 minutes. Those are the media timeouts. So Zach Edey will get 1 more at the free throw line. We've been stuck in the 6:29 forever. Just 6 points in the paint this entire game for NC State. Zach Edey's got 10 by himself so far. The big point about it is that Zach, for Purdue, they've yet to even commit a foul in this game right now. NC State's got 3. DJ Burns has to be super careful because he's got 2. He's going to be on the bench for a while, potentially for Burns. That's the mismatch here that you got to avoid foul trouble, especially between Burns and Diarra. If you want to have a chance, and Burns picked up a quick foul in the first minute, reaching in, and just picked up 1 right there. So 1 more free throw here by Zach Edey. He has 19 free throw attempts shy of the all-time record for most collegiate free throws in an NCAA men's basketball season. 2nd free throw he puts in. 12-point lead, largest one in the game right now as we're under 6.5 left to go. NC State with the ball. Top of the key, Will Middlebrooks dribbles towards his left around the perimeter. Handoff to DJ Horn, dribbles up to the free throw circle. Handoff top of the key, O'Connell. Outside it goes off to Diarra. Diarra, left baseline, dribble guard by Kaufman. Wren shovels off to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks inside the key, double team. Outside off to the right wing. Breon pass. Dribbles baseline, and he floats up the shot down low, and he connects on it. 28-18, so a little bit of momentum right there for NC State. Top of the free throw circle, Edey, and inside the key, it's going to be a Purdue offensive foul. Picked up, that's a turnover. This gives NC State a little bit of momentum right now on the floor. That's going to be on Zach Edey setting up the illegal screen. And that's Edey's first personal foul. First one of the game now for Purdue. Horn drives inside the paint, floats to the runner, puts it through. It's good for 2. It's an 8-point game. 28-20. DJ Horn starting to explode right now. 9 by Horn currently. Down to 5:20 left to go before half. Smith, the no-look pass off to Kaufman. Wren, Smith flings it off to Kaufman. Wren, spin move inside the key, and no good. Got rejected by Diarra. Outlet pass ahead here. Breon pass snaking his way with the layup out of transition off the Euro step for a bucket. 28-22. NC State starting to erupt right now. They're in this game. Under 5 minutes left to go before halftime. Purdue with a possession. The lob goes to Edey. Edey with 1 personal foul now. Kick out to the corner. Up fake. Baseline dribble. Lawyer floats it up over the top. No good. Putbacks there. Good for 2 by Edey. 8-point lead now for the Boilermakers. NC State looking for a response right back. DJ Horn, 9 out of 22 so far. Middlebrooks at the top, dribbles towards his left. Handoff Horn. Horn floats up the runner. 15-footer grazed off the front rim short. It goes back to Purdue with a rebound defensively to Lawyer. Top of the key, Smith. Smith dribbles up to the elbow, floats it up over the top for Edey. Deflected, intercepted here by NC State. Up the floor here with a Breon pass. Step back 3 in the air for pass. No good. Skipped around the rim and out and is touched last out of bounds by, I think it's going to be by Kaufman Wren, they will say. So this will stay NC State ball. Yeah, people just ridiculous there, Jeffrey. Like a lot of like classic people on the internet that are making fun of other people and terrible comments to a Division I women's college basketball player. Those people who's making those comments, they gotta just look themselves in the mirror and realize that the hatred that they're doing, like, how would it be if they stepped foot on the court? How would they look? Put yourself in her shoes and see, as that step back three is good. Splash by NC State by Jaden Taylor. 30-25 right now. 5-point game. NC State trailed as many by 12 at 1 point. Purdue with a lob from Jones to Edey. Edey backs his way, low block. Edey over Middlebrooks, no good. Missed off the top of the glass, looking for the foul call. Couldn't get it that time, though. Here's a three transition. No good, missed by the Wolfpack. And in and out of the hands off of Middlebrooks, it goes out of bounds. So this will take us to a media timeout now with under 4 minutes left to go before halftime. Number 1, Jaden Taylor started heat up via the bench. Big three, putting his team winning 5. It's 30-25. What a game so far. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell if you'd like to be notified for future live streams on the channel. And yeah, a lot of the internet, like, what they love to do is complain and criticize, but they gotta realize that everybody is human. And, I mean, even professional athletes, like, everybody is human out there. And, you know that definitely collegiate athletes, like, they'll see that because they're so focused on social media. Collegiate athletes, professional athletes, and, like, there's just so much backlash that goes on that a lot of people, all they do for a living is just sit on the couch and criticize and try to make the world a better place. That's what I try to mean, that they gotta turn it around over there instead of just complaining and criticizing about every little thing on the internet, posting onto social media, making fun of people. Just makes no sense. People are like that. It's just a sad world we're living in today. Yeah, if I ever get, like, negative comments here, which I have, for, like, people who say that, yeah, you're not a good play-by-play announcer, you're not good at streaming and stuff like that, like, okay, well, put yourself in my shoes, and I'd like to see you try it and see how you can do, or so. And we'll talk later about that. That's a classic world out there. Like, they'll post a lot of negative stuff on social media, but they probably never had a Division I scholarship for athletic achievements ever in their life. So bet you that whoever's out there, all the people that's making those comments on social media, bet you that they've never been recruited to play D1 basketball, yet they've never stepped foot on the court for a D1 basketball team there. And never mind that they've never made it to the Final Four. So those are the people that's making comments. 0 Final Four appearances by the general public. 0 Division I offers. Criticizing from the couch, posting on Twitter Twatter. Hey, appreciate it, Mildred. Thanks so much. Yeah, very few I've got from time to time or so. Very, very few that I've got. There's people that do it, though. Just hit the delete on that. I think the game 7 I did. Game 7, the largest audience between the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks from 3 years ago. I wasn't even at my regular house that night. I was at Foxwood staying overnight, so I wasn't, like, I couldn't be loud during that stream and stuff like that. I got a couple of comments on that one because that was the most viewers I've ever got. They're like, yeah, you're not that great of a streamer. I'm like, yeah, wait until I'm back in my usual spot, which is where I am, which I do 99.9% of my streams from is my room. For that one night I was out, during April last year, a couple of NBA playoff games I was out too. I was on vacation over in Lake Placid, so the same thing. Can't be extremely loud out in the hotel. We get back to action here. Under 2.5 left to go. Purdue just scored a creep up by 7. Bounce pass down to the low block. Edey working on Middlebrooks. Burns is still on the bench right now. Edey lost it. That's going to be a turnover. That possession right there just looked like it was completely in slow motion, and Edey just looking like he was walking on molasses there. He was stuck, just lost the handle. Ooh, Diarra almost lost the handle. Got it back in the wing. 14 on the shot clock here. Under 2 minutes left to go in the first. Top of the key, Morcell drives, runs right over Lawyer. That's going to be an offensive foul. Lower their shoulder right into Fletcher Lawyer. And Purdue will get this basketball back. Oh, yeah, pushed off with a left arm extended by Casey Morcell. Yeah, so we're about, I think, like a 30-second delay where I am right now. So, yeah, we're about like a 30-second delay once it goes off YouTube. I'm usually quicker on the CBS ones because I get the channel from either Providence or Boston, which is faster than most channels based on when the network joins. That's a steal there by NC State. Purdue lost the handle. Jumper, 15-footer straight away. Horn, he drills it. 32-27. Yeah, that's the part of growth. Especially when I started off the channel. I had quite a bit of negative comments early on. But that's the part of growth. You're going to get those comments from time to time. But just going to keep on doing your thing and know that the large majority, 99.999% of the viewership really enjoys the content here. Taylor reaches in. So he was defending Edey inside a low post. We're down to 1:02 left to play. Hey, what's good? Ryan on the street. Welcome back in, man. Hope all is going well, brother. Yeah, thanks so much, Jen. Really appreciate it. Someday, hopefully that would happen right there. Definitely want to see if I can get an opportunity upcoming in the future in the Big East. That would be so cool. Yeah, I started announcing Division 1 like a month and a half ago. Stonehill contacted me for D1 to announce a couple of games. So I've done a few NEC games. NC State down to 15 on the shot clock right now. 40 seconds left to go before halftime. Tough jumper to baseline by DJ Horn right now is keeping his team hanging in the game. They're only down by 3. 32-29. He's playing one heck of a first half. He's got 13 out of the 29. Lance Jones has it at the midcourt logo. 20 seconds left to go here in the first, and we'll have a timeout taken on the floors. Purdue will burn one. A lot of momentum for NC State. DJ Horn, little give and go. Step back jumper to baseline, assisted by Will Middlebrooks. We got ourselves a game right now. They were trailing at one point by double digits. They were down by 12. As many at one point. They've crept back and crawled winning 3. Jason with a dono. You the legend, brother. Really appreciate it for the dono. Yeah, so when I started off streaming 5 years ago, my TV that I was calling games on was actually a 19-inch Samsung TV. That's the TV that I had in my bedroom. So over time, we got another TV here. The one that I'm calling on now is around a 32 that I have currently in front of me. So a much bigger upgrade for me in terms of like seeing the players and stuff like that. I feel like calling games for like the first year of streaming on the 19-inch TV helped me to become like a better like play-by-play broadcaster and streamer, because I was looking at very little numbers and everything had to be in so like fine detail. I had to be keyed in on everything much more than usually what I am here, since I'm able to make out the numbers fine. We come back from the timeout right now. 3-point game. Purdue with a possession. 6 on the shot clock, 11 on the game clock. Kick out to the wing. Here's a 3 by Lawyer. Splash. Assisted by Edie as they went into out, and that is good. 35-29, and 1.9 seconds left to go before halftime. As Purdue will give a foul in transition. That will stop the clock. Nestor in the street, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. He's got NC State for this one. 1.9 remaining. It will be an inbound near side of the midcourt. Yeah, I definitely know what... I think Jen was mentioning it earlier, how the NFL stadiums have been hosting a lot of the March Madness Final Four games, and yeah, just it looks off with kind of like the arena landscape and seating. The camera has been very off, especially early on. Now they've got the camera zoomed out. It was zoomed way too far in to begin the game. Jones got the ball inbounded to him, and then he was fouled down the near side with .9. So this will stay Purdue basketball here. .9 left to go as NC State's... Or this will stay NC State ball. Jones tried to intercept it. Came up out of bounds with it, though. This is going to stay NC State ball. They put back 0.3 of a second. It's 1.2 on the game clock, and NC State will get the inbound. Hey, what's good? Felix in the stream. Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. 1.2 on the game clock remaining before halftime. Marcel passes to the right corner. Horn launches up a 3. That's a tough look and no good. It went off the side of the backboard out of bounds. So we go to halftime right now. Purdue, 6-point advantage. NC State, though, has got a lot of momentum with them. They were trailing by 12, able to cut it to 3. And then recently, Lawyer had made a 3 to go ahead by 6. And that's where they close out going to halftime here. 35-29, the score in the first half. And signs of life for NC State after a really, really slow start for the Wolfpack, starting to get things going. Yeah, so what was pretty cool for my day, I announced 2 baseball games earlier today. The crazy part about it is in the doubleheader, there were... I think there were 6 combined home runs. One of them was a grand slam that I covered for the home team today. The team that I announced for, they were up 2-0, and then the other team came back and led 3-2. That lead got extended to 6-3, and then the bases were juiced. First career grand slam for one of the kids up to bat for the losing team. It went from, so they scored a run. It was 6-4 when he got up to bat. Got a grand slam. They led 8-6, and then the game tied up at 8, and then during the last inning, bases were loaded. And this is how the game ended, was a hit batter. That's how the game ended. Bases loaded, hit batter. That's how the game ended. Rough pitching game there to close it out. Both of those teams are stretched on pitching, too. They play so many games for college baseball, it's crazy. The team that I announced for, UMass Dartmouth, so they're playing 8 games within a 7-day span this week. With all the rainouts, they have 2 games for tomorrow for a doubleheader. They got another game on Tuesday, another game on Thursday, and then a doubleheader next Saturday. There's so many games. They had the doubleheader today, they had a game yesterday. Hey, what's good? Chris in the stream, welcome in. Thanks for joining in, man. Yeah, wild. It was a walk-off hit by pitch. We had a grand slam in that game, a walk-off hit by pitch. The first game, it was back-to-back home runs. The number 2 and number 3 batters at the top of the first inning, solo home runs. It's crazy. Just a wild game. It started downpouring in the second game. Just the weather's been miserable over here. We've got like postponements, cancellations constantly, so that's why throughout the week I wasn't sure on my schedule. It wasn't like concrete. I actually got called in like 2 hours ago to announce a game for tomorrow because the field that they were supposed to play at has snow an hour north, so they have to relocate and play at the team that I broadcast games for. So I'm covering 2 games for softball tomorrow afternoon. So that's why I haven't been posting that much in the community tab. Been saying that I'm not entirely sure my schedule because we have it's crazy all the postponements that we've had. It's like rain in the forecast every single day. Luckily, I was able to cover these 2 Final Four games today. Luckily, because what happened is that my games got pushed up to 11 because they heard that rain was in the forecast, which has started to rain at 3. So my games were 11 and 2:30, or 11 and 1:30 today. Hey, what's good? The Reaper, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. I'm from Massachusetts. So, yeah, we didn't get snow over here, but in our north, they started to, get, snow. It's crazy. Up in the Lakes region in New Hampshire, they got, 18, 19 inches of snow. Some of these places for colleges that's further north to, Plymouth State, Castleton, Middlebury, they're not going to be hosting baseball and softball games for a while because they got, a foot to, a foot and a half of snow. Up in some of those places. Linden State, they got just poured on in big time snow. Keene State, Plymouth State. And one of those teams that I do a lot of broadcasting for plays in the conference with a couple of those teams too. I think because they all play in, it's a conference called the Little East. And some of those teams are in Mass and Connecticut, but a couple of those teams are up in New Hampshire and Vermont. Oh, cool. That's awesome that they got games there. First game going to be in Portsmouth for Jeffrey's team. That's awesome. Best of luck there. Yeah, Worcester. So, yeah, tomorrow, the game that I wasn't even supposed to announce tomorrow for softball, and then like 2 hours ago, I got contacted that they're moving the game from Clark and Worcester over to one of the schools that I announced for, Wheaton, Mass, to cover the game for tomorrow. So I'm basically waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm just gonna prep stats for the players basically because I was notified 15 minutes before the start of this stream. I covered their softball team on Friday. I'm just probably gonna just prep a couple player stats with key players and that's it, and just roll into the game for tomorrow there because they just gave that to me shorthanded because I guess the team in Worcester couldn't host this week and they've been postponing games because they have a couple inches of snow up there. Patriots Day is on, I believe it's the 22nd for Patriots Day. It's a Monday. It's deeper in the month of April. Yeah, Massachusetts has that holiday off, but the rest of the states don't. I believe it's the 22nd. Hey, what's good? The Real Deal on the stream. Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. I'll double check on that. Oh, it's April 15th this year. Yeah, it's always the start of school vacation because a lot of my family members work in the school district. April 15th. Yeah, it's gone by so fast that so it's not this Monday, which is the 8th, it's the next one. So right now we're just at halftime. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. I'll be back covering Alabama versus UConn later tonight too. NC State's got momentum with them going into this one. And they were down by 12 at one point. DJ Horn's really been able to get going. He's got 13 points out of the 29. DJ Burns sitting on the bench for the late stretch of that half due to 2 personal fouls. Just got to keep on avoiding foul trouble as much as possible. Burns, though, low-key, he's a really good playmaker for him. We're seeing some of his assists right now. They're showing the replays of a backdoor cutter in the first one to DJ Horn. A kick-out corner over to a corner 3 made by O'Connell, and then let's see, he forced the steal off of Edey here. Is this what it was? Yeah, there was a double brought. Horn came in, forced the steal to Edey. So those are a couple of the key plays for NC State there. But yeah, the first 2 assists were really good by DJ Burns. Hey, what's good? Blaxico Burris on the stream. Welcome on board. Thanks for joining in. Zach Edey leading the way. He's got 14. Purdue is 5 for 12 from 3. NC State's going to shut these guys down from 3, or they're just going to keep this lead upwards right now. And that's tough to do. Purdue's the top team in the nation from 3-point shooting this year. A lot of couple times that Edey has brought a double inside the low post, and then he's kicked it out to a wide open player in the perimeter who's made the shot. So that's happened a couple times. It's just unstoppable. Like 7'4", Zach Edey doing everything tonight. Hook shot for Edey down low, triple teamed one time, and then kick out to the corner. Yeah, we got the eclipse on Monday. Unfortunately, I won't be able to see any of that for me, so I think it happens around like just past 3 p.m. where I am, but for my full-time job, I work in 4 walls. For me, I work in a radio production studio Monday to Friday, 8 to 4. I see all 4 walls. So, yeah, really lonely at times during the day. That's why I try to do my best on these night streams, because I'm constantly looking at sound waves during the course of the day for me, because I do a lot of audio production work, so that's my full-time job. And it's kind of like dark in the radio station that I work at too. I wish like the walls were painted. It's all like brown wooden walls that I work at. Kind of dimmer lighting, and we even tried to like fix the lights too. Wow, they got like an NBA 2K cam over there. Wow. Yeah, both of these teams are playing tight to begin the game. Braden Smith, uncharacteristic, 2 backcourt violations. NC State did a good job pressuring him. They picked him up as soon as he crossed midcourt, and then once he went back into the dribble, 1 foot slipped out of bounds behind the half-court line both of the times for him. Those are 2 uncharacteristic mistakes. Either way, that was before they got out to a 12-point lead. NC State's got some momentum with them now. Got to get Burns back into this game. Have to avoid foul trouble. Got to be better on the glass if you're NC State if you want to have a chance tonight, because right now Purdue leads the rebound margin +9. They're 21-12. A lot of these offensive rebounds have set up second chance points as well, so you got to be much better on the glass here. Have to 8-3 in offensive rebounds in favor of Purdue. Hey, what's good? David on the stream. Welcome in, man. Glad to have you back in. Feel free to join in for UConn versus Alabama later tonight. I'll be back covering that game as well. And then the national championship will be on Monday. Yeah, if I wasn't called in for softball, I would have covered the women's championship tomorrow. Because I told my girlfriend to come over after she finishes tutoring around like 2 in the afternoon. But I got called in for a doubleheader for a game tomorrow, so she's gonna meet me and we'll eat out tomorrow or so. But I'll be back for the national championship game on Monday, and then very soon will be the NBA playoffs afterwards too. UConn's bus pulling up live to Arizona, to State Farm Arena, as they are getting ready. Dan Hurley rolling in with the UConn Huskies right now as they're getting off their coach bus, and they came in extremely late. Their flight was delayed severely. I believe that was on Thursday. Yeah, that was the day they streamed the Celtics game when the Celtics clinched their the home court advantage on Thursday. Hey, what's good, Kathleen in the stream? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. So UConn flying out of, I believe it was Bradley International Airport for them over in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. They got severely delayed due to engine problems on their original flight. So they didn't land, I don't think, until like 3 in the morning on Friday for UConn. Or a Wednesday, okay. Yeah, okay, so I was a day behind, actually. Yep, so Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday, and then they flew on Thursday. Yeah, that's how quick the week goes by. It's crazy. Yep, so Wednesday night. Yep, that's when, okay, yeah, the Celtics play Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Yeah, because they didn't play a back-to-back. They played against Sacramento yesterday. And yeah, Seton Hall won the NIT championship the other night. A lot going on that they had. I wish I could cover it all, but I've been just super busy. But even if I did decide to cover that NIT championship, I saw that there were like 100 of other people that were getting away with illegally streaming that game. These are the only games that people don't get away illegally streaming, is the like NCAA tournament games. Like that's when the NCAA takes note and cracks down on those streams. But for the rest of the season, like when I've covered regular season games this year, it's been a lot of like other channels just illegally streaming those games and getting away with showing the screen constantly. Yeah, Shaheen Holloway. He was the head coach of St. Peter's when they went to the Elite Eight 2 years ago. Yeah, based on all the travel troubles that UConn's had, honestly, not surprised that their bus didn't break down. Oh man, I saw a story that somebody posted it on Twitter that UConn, some of the players had to share rooms for UConn in the team hotel, but the other teams were getting their own separate room. But some of the players for UConn had to share rooms instead of getting their own separate room. And then somebody posted how some of the beds were small at the team's hotel that UConn was at, and then somebody posted some like meme picture of like a cartoon character, and then he put something about Donovan Clingan trying to sleep halfway off the bed if it's that small. Oh wow. So one of the refs collided with another hockey player. Wow. Yeah, so Bronny is going to enter the draft, but also he's kept his options open for the transfer portal too. So much going on. Allegiant Airlines. Yikes. I would not trust that. Yeah, Bob Kraft should have gave UConn the Patriots plane to fly out there. I would not trust Allegiant Airlines. Yikes. A lot of issues these days with airlines. I know it's been around for a couple of years. The new airline called Breeze. It has the prices are cheaper, but if for some reason that flight gets canceled, then you have to wait until the next available flight, which might be a couple days later, to fly on a Breeze flight once again. Very soon we're going to start half number 2 of action here. Thanks all for patiently waiting. If you're new in the channel, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams. Yeah, when I went on one of the trips with the marching band for high school back in 2014 for our Disney trip, we flew out of TF Green in Providence. We flew out from Providence to Orlando. What happened was that our flight was scheduled for like 2:30 in the afternoon. The flight that showed up was the New York Jets plane, green and white New York Jets JetBlue plane that we flew out of. Well, it had engine issues once we boarded the plane, so we were forced off that plane, and we had to take another flight like 6 hours later. They canceled a Fort Lauderdale flight, so like 100+ people from the marching band that I was a part of. I played snare drum. I was the drum captain for the marching band at the time during my senior year. They canceled a Fort Lauderdale flight and rerouted it over to Orlando from Providence and put us on the plane. So, just crazy. We didn't arrive in Disney until midnight. We were supposed to arrive at like 6 p.m. or so. We didn't arrive till like midnight. Crazy. And it was a New York Jets plane. New York Jets, JetBlue. Crazy. Engine issues. Here we go, second half of action about to start. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well here, everybody. And feel free to join in later tonight. I'll be back on the call covering Alabama against UConn around 8:49 p.m. for the tip-off time. But got to get through the second half of this one. NC State looking to pull off the upset. They trailed as many by 12 at one point in the first half. The lowest seed that ever advanced in the national championship game has been the 8th seed. Villanova did it back in the 1980s, and North Carolina recently advanced in the national championship game against Kansas 2 years ago in 2022. No 11 seed has ever played in the national championship game. So here we go. NC State quick jumper, no good, missed off the mark by DJ Horde. Rebound secure by Purdue. 6-point lead for Purdue, going left to right to begin half number 2 of action. 23 straight victories when leading at halftime this season for Purdue. Braden Smith has 5 turnovers tonight, yet to score in the first half. He went 0 for 6 shooting. Edey at the low block, defended by Middlebrooks. Burns is back on the floor with 2 personal fouls. They go in Middlebrooks and Burns out on the floors. Middlebrooks forces the tie up there, and Edey inside the low post. It will stay Purdue basketball now. Middlebrooks not backing down to the challenge right now, forcing that tie up inside the key, guarding Zach Edey. Purdue. Bounce pass goes to Kaufman, Wren at the wing. 3 in the shot clock, and Lawyer gets knocked down and fouled with 2.5. So not on a shooting motion right there. That's charged to Casey Morcell on the reach and foul around the perimeter. So that's a quick personal picked up by NC State. Inbound goes to Smith. Smith's been scoreless tonight, 0 for 6 shooting. Smith at the left wing. Bounce pass, kick out corner. Here's a 3, taken by Jones. Right down the middle, delivers. Lance Jones, a transfer from Southern Illinois. That's a big-time shot right there by Lance. Really has been able to be a key player to catapult this team this season right now with a 33-4 overall record for the Boilermakers. The lob goes to Burns. Burns at the mid-block. Floats up the runner. Altered by Edey. No good. Offensive rebound by Middlebrooks. Pushed off, though, on the board, and he picks up a foul. Lance Jones with a good stroke out there tonight. That's his 3rd main 3. He's got 9 points. Number 2 in the nation in 3-point shooting percentage right now for Purdue. 40.6% from the perimeter. Tonight, they're just shy of 50%. 46% right now shooting as a team. 6 for 13. Smith, top of the key. Smith, bounce pass goes to the mid-block. He had 15 assists, by the way, in the Sweet 16 game against Gonzaga. Kaufman-Wren goes up, and he gets clobbered and fouled. And now Trey Kaufman-Wren will shoot 2 here at the free throw line. If that's on DJ Burns, that's number 3. Yeah. That's some contact there from the side by DJ Burns. That's number 3. So Burns in some deep foul trouble right now. They're going to keep him in with those 3 personal fouls, but you need to be careful. He's still got 18:28 left to go. And that's not good right now for NC State because Gonzaga had a lot of issues in the second half, getting into foul trouble. Tennessee late in the game, they had double the amount of fouls as Purdue in the last game. That game dragged on. This one not so much in terms of fouls, but you got to balance out those fouls if you're NC State. It hasn't been that way with Burns, who has 3. Burns has it at the left elbow. 10 in the shot clock. Burns down low. Burns bobbled it, got it back out to the corner, and now Purdue gets called on the loose ball foul. So Burns was trying to track it down in the corner. And Braden Smith picks up the reach and foul. Braden Smith has his first personal foul tonight. 10-point lead for Purdue. The pass underneath it. Got another foul here. Picked up, charge to Purdue on the floor. This will result in an NC State inbound once again. Ice Baby, welcome in. Thanks for joining back in. Inbound goes back to Burns. Burns down by 10, backs his way in Edey inside the low block, inside the paint now for Burns. He scores up and in off the backboard. 39-31. DJ Burns giving the Wolfpack a spark. Yeah, that was crazy. I think it had approximately around 50 total fouls. It's been like a classic SEC game for the most part this year. A lot of those SEC teams committed a bunch of personal fouls. Missed shot down low by Kaufman-Wren. Edey goes down. They look to see if they can take advantage of it. They got a numbers break. Corner 3 missed by NC State. Off the mark by Jaden Taylor. They had a 5-on-4 break up the floor. Smith has it at the left wing perimeter. Lobs it off to Kaufman-Wren. Jab step guarded by Burns. Burns has 3 personal fouls. To the outside, it goes to Lawyer. Lawyer bounce pass down to the low block. Edey lost the handle, turns it over. Some signs of life right now for NC State. Down by 8, they will slow down the ball. Top of the key, Jaden Taylor. Taylor off the Middlebrooks screen. Sends it out to Burns at the top. Hand off to Horde. Horde dribbles up to the right baseline. Horde, his pass intercepted by Smith as he was able to pick it off. Right place, right time. 3 in transition. No good. Missed by Jones. Skipped around the rim and out. That would have been probably the early exclamation point right there if that was a made 3 by Lance Jones. It would have sent this whole arena exploding with Purdue fans. Kick. Corner. Horde off the mark. Missed the corner 3. Rebound secured by Kaufman Wren for the Boilermakers. 8-point game right now. Purdue's going to slow it down. Lawyer spots up, takes a wide open 3, couldn't convert. Skipped around the rim and out. It was halfway down. They got numbers 2-on-1 in the fast break and stripped out of bounds. DJ Horn in transition. Braden Smith able to get back right behind him and stripped him out. This game's getting intense right now. Wow, they're going to send him to the free throw line. So they actually rolled out a foul, the officials did. So this will send DJ Horn to the free throw line here. So Smith was getting back into transition. It's going to be charged to Fletcher Lawyer. He was the player back, setting his feet, but Horn off the Euro step absorbed as the referees granted it on the shooting motion. So it was not a clean strip, and the first free throw is good. That's a big call right now in the game because on that last replay, it looked like it was a pretty clean strip, and now Burns will substitute out of the game with those 3 personal fouls. He takes a seat on the bench right now. Second free throw is good by Horn. Diarra checks on the floor currently for the Wolfpack. 6-point game. NC State hanging in. 16-10 left to go in the second. Smith has it at the Final Four logo. Sends it off to Edey at the left wing. Zach Edey looking to pass it off. Moves now on top to Gillis. Gillis outside of Jones. Top of the free throw circle. Edey. Hand off Lawyer. Turns the corner. Floats the pass over the top for Edey. It's off of Edey out of bounds. He was looking around. Thought it was deflected off of a red jersey of the Wolfpack. But this will be NC State basketball coming up. We see the replay. Entry pass off to Edey. Edey. Ooh, that's very, very tight right there between Edey and number 10. Good coverage by Breon Pass. At 6 feet tall, he was the one defending Edey on the roll down and forced the turnover initially by the officials. We'll take the timeout on the floor right now. 39-33 Purdue. Wow, how about that? 6 feet tall, defending a 7'4" giant inside the paint. Holy smokes. Breon Pass with a great hustle play right there. If that will stand. Edey was signaling challenge. We cut to the TV timeout, so unsure if this will be looked at during this timeout, but this should be NC State basketball coming up out of the timeout. We got 100+ watching right now. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell to be back for future live streams. I'll be back later tonight covering UConn against Alabama. And then if you like to tune in for the national championship too, feel free to do so, as the winner of tonight's Final Four games will meet up at 9:20 p.m. on Monday night for the national championship game. Zach Edey's got 14. Lone player in double figures. Braden Smith's really struggling tonight. He's got no points right now. 5 turnovers, 5 assists by Smith, but 0 for 6 shooting. And then 15 by DJ Horn for NC State. After that, DJ Burns is 6. So both teams really need to get other options involved and step up. If NC State's able to get Burns more scoring opportunities, then NC State has the chance here to make this an even game. If Braden Smith starts to pour in buckets, then Purdue's going to run away with this thing. Ice Ice Baby back to the member shout out here. Let's get that member hype for Ice Ice Baby in the channel. NC State down by 6. An opportunity to cut it right here with this possession as they go right to left of the floor as we head back for the timeout right now. The Wolfpack with a possession. Horn at the right wing. Sends it off to... That was Horn who received it from Breon Pass and missed a shot off the front door by Horn. Trying to track down that basketball. The outlet pass to Lance Jones. Couldn't handle in the court of play. He was out of bounds. Turnover by Purdue. Lance Jones up the floor, tracked it down, then lost the dribble. And this opens up the door for NC State. NC State just 1 for 6 shooting in this half. If they can tap into what they were shooting against Duke in half number 2, they get an opportunity to make a huge comeback. Here's a 3. Horn takes it. Bricked off the rim, no good. And now they're 1 for 7 as a team in half 2. Purdue with a possession and will slow down the ball. Midcourt logo here with Braden Smith. Dribbles up, sends it off to the wing Lawyer. Lobs it off to Edie, who's got 14, the top score for Purdue. Edie backs his way inside, and a foul picked up. Charged to Middlebrooks on the floor, holding up Edie. "15 minutes left to play. Inbound goes to Purdue. The lob goes to Edie. Edie has it at the low block. Backs his way again on Middlebrooks. Sends it off to Jones. Back over to Edie. Edie down at the low block. Lost it. Tried to get it back. Lost control of basketball. Oh, it's a turnover. It'll go right back to NC State now. Multiple opportunities for NC State to cut it. They're just 1 for 7 shooting, and they'll have another chance right here. There's no rhythm offensively now for Purdue. Both of these teams with 4 points each in the first 5+ minutes of action. Burns with 3 personal fouls. Middlebrooks, before the Edie turnover, picked up his 3rd as well. So you got 2 front court players and quite a bit of foul trouble right now for NC State. NC State's only down by 6 here. At the left wing perimeter, Horn. Horn, a left baseline dribble. Horn trying to slip to the cup. Kick out, corner, pass with a 3. No good off the rim. Nobody can score in this second half. And once again, Purdue is going to slow down clock. 14:20 left to go here in the second. 1 for 4 shooting this half by Purdue. 1 for 8 for NC State. Top of the key with Jones. Jones dribbles up to the elbow. Off fake, open jumper. Off the front rim, no good. A rebound secure by NC State. JD in the stream, welcome in. Thanks for joining in, man. Jumper, 15-footer, no good. It's Brick City. DJ Horn left out in the clear, couldn't convert. Gotta take something to the rim if you're NC State, and you can't be afraid of Edie. Purdue in a 4.5-minute plus scoring drought right now. NC State has had so many opportunities to cut down the lead, but has yet to respond. Edie, kick out, corner, Gillis with a 3, and he hits it. Mason Gillis, bang, bang at the left corner. It's a 9-point Purdue lead. 42-33. NC State just cannot find a shot here. 0 points in the last 3 minutes almost for NC State. Purdue just snapped a 4.5-minute scoring drought, and it's a steal out of bounds, and that is last off of NC State. Bad pass as Fletcher Lawyer jumped the route, picked it off, pinned it off a Wolfpack player. Heads up. Pinned it right off of Morcell, ricocheted right back at the head coach Kevin Keats. Standing right next to the official, next to his teammate Morcell, who was in the court of play, and Keats was right behind, standing down that far side end line, and it bounced off of Morcell, then back to Keats out of bounds. That is heads up basketball right there by Fletcher Lawyer. The steal, and then tossed it off of an NC State player down the far side of the floor. Inbound goes to the backcourt to Smith. 9-point advantage for Purdue and the basketball. Smith crosses the midcourt logo. Smith has it at the top of the key, working on pass here. Gives it out to the left wing. Up fake by Gillis. Bounce pass, low block, Edie. Edie lost the handle. Diving effort by Gillis. Couldn't keep it alive, though. On his side as NC State converts in the steal. Morcell looking to see if he can take it to the rim. Morcell dribble drive attack, no good. Around the rim and out as he missed the layup, and it goes right back to Purdue. That was a tough one over Edey. Wide open three. Jones. Trifecta. He delivers from downtown in transition. 45-33 Purdue. Lance Jones. Bullseye. For the fourth made three of the game right now. Every single three has been massive tonight for Lance Jones. 12 points, 4 for 8 from the perimeter. Showing his jersey right to the crowd right now. As Purdue is 12 and a half minutes away from advancing to the national championship game on Monday. Timeout on the floor by NC State. Tied for the largest lead of the game here, 45-33, and Lance Jones, sharp shooting, just keeps on having the answer. 36+% from three-point range for Lance Jones. Really, really pulling the perimeter play today of his team. Half of the made threes, 50% from three. Braden Smith has been 40% plus. Fletcher Lawyer 40% plus, and Gillis as well. Gillis perfect 2 for 2. Lawyer's 2 for 3. Smith is 0 for 3 tonight, but Lance Jones filling in and making his shots tonight, finding his stroke with 12. So they got that double-digit score for Purdue. 14 by Edey, and then they have a player that stepped up here tremendously with Lance Jones with 12 now. For NC State, they got to get other players here to scoring column. 15 by DJ Horn, just way too many shot attempts because other players just haven't been able to pull their weight offensively. So it's been a lot on the Horn in this game to see if he can be the star and keep his team in it, and right now it's been limited in half two. 15 by Horn, just 1 for 5 from 3, 6 for 16 from the floor. And DJ Burns with 3 personal fouls, 6 points by him. And yeah, this foul trouble is giving NC State now issues. Ben Middlebrooks with 3 for Ben Middlebrooks. Keep on thinking about Will Middlebrooks because MLB. Same last name, yep. But Ben Middlebrooks has 3 personal fouls as well. And 2 front court players in deep foul trouble. And then Diarra has stayed away. He's got 1 right now for Diarra. Jackie, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, NC State's really going to need a big response coming back from this timeout because this game could get out of control if they can't start scoring in bunches coming up. They're lucky that Purdue went on like almost a 5-minute scoring drought themselves. The problem is that this clock is almost... It just keeps on ticking down. Like, the more shots you keep on missing, then the more time Purdue is going to take off the clock. When they keep on being ahead, they're going to look to stay ahead, and they're going to slow down tempo. 14 points and 8 rebounds by Edey in 27 minutes. Burns with 3 fouls. He's only played 16 minutes tonight. 6 points, 0 rebounds by DJ Burns tonight. No 11th seed has ever made it to the national championship. The lowest number is 8, which most recently was North Carolina from 2 years ago back in 2022. Inbound here for NC State. Right to left on the floor for the Wolfpack. Horn off to Taylor, and now down to the low block with Burns. He backs his way inside the key on Edey. Turnaround jumper is good by DJ Burns. That's exactly what they needed. 10-point game now. Smith dribbles up to the elbow. Braden Smith bounce pass goes to Edey. Working on Burns with those 3 fouls. Edey no good. Around the rim and out. Goes right back over to NC State. Under 12 minutes left to play. Jaden Taylor passes off to Burns, top of the free throw circle. Burns, jumper, stuck in the back rim, no good. Offensive rebound, Morcell. Huge rejection by Edey. Comes up, swats it away, and it goes off to Jones up the floor. Jones passes top of the key to Smith. He is still yet to score tonight. Lawyer Entry pass down low off to Edie. Edie bouncing body with Burns, and hook shot's good. Zach Edie with 2 more. 47-35 by Purdue. Burns has it now. At the mid-block, backs his way on Edie. DJ Burns left-handed hook over Edie, no good. Bricked off the back rim. That's tough defense right there by Edie as he went with the opposite hand that he usually decides to shoot with. Usually goes with his right off a hook, decided to go for his left, and that is a full-court pass up the floor. Here's a transition 3 splash. It's good by Horn. Wasn't the prettiest of possessions there for NC State, but wow, did they thread the needle with that pass there, put it back to a 9-point game. That was a full court outlet by Ben Middlebrooks up the floor off the DJ Horn, who was at the right wing and took a 3 in transition. Gillis, top of the key. Lawyer has it, lobs it off to Edie now. Passes out to the top here. Here's a 3, looking for 5 for Purdue, but couldn't convert. It came up off the rim short by Lance Jones. He has made 4 threes tonight. Handoff. Horn, a bounce pass off the roll down. Middlebrook slices defenders to the cup. No good. Tons of contact. No call by the referees. Down to 10 minutes left to go. Purdue has led as much by 12 a couple times in this game. Gillis open 3 off an assist opportunity by Smith. Couldn't track it down though. Tipped over to the midcourt logo where it was hauled in by Lawyer. Lawyer gets bumped into and fouled by Morsell. Now we'll stop the clock. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can get this up here. So 2 days ago, IndyStar.com posted some of the odds. Let's see if I can get that up. This was the national champion. I got this over an article, IndyStar.com. Also, we're going to head to a timeout right now. Wow. This one in the BetMGM odds that they posted has a greater chance for NC State on the odds than Alabama. Wow. So, UConn on this odds that I'm going off of is minus 190 for UConn. Purdue is plus 210. NC State is plus 1600. Alabama is plus 1800 for those odds. And then there's like other odds on here too. Most outstanding player, Zach Edey, the favorite, plus 210. Donovan Clingan, plus 225. Tristan Newton, plus 400. Cam Spencer, plus 500. DJ Burns is plus 2,000. I wonder what the preseason was for NC State. If I can backtrack to that and see if there's like a preseason odd here. Oh, wow. NC State odds to win the NCAA tournament in 2024. This article is posted on November 10th, 2023 at the start of the season. So, let's see what they got here. Plus 1,600. So that is, according to the BetMGM line, their odds. So that is better than Alabama. Alabama's a plus 1,800. NC State's a plus 1,600. Pre-tournaments, they had the 64th highest odds to win the national championship for them. So they were at plus 100,000 pre-tournament. Number 64 in the nation. Before the new year, they were plus 20,000 at 56th. And then in the preseason, they were plus 15,000 and 50th. Wow, that's crazy. 64th in the tournament out of 68 teams. Plus 100,000. They were 64th out of 68 teams before the tournament in odds. That's crazy. In the preseason, they were 50th in odds. Right before the start of New Year, 56. So They went back actually 6 spots from where they were in the betting odds in the preseason to the start of the new year. We come back to action. Purdue with an inbound, 9:45 left to go. Smith at the wing. Edey sets the pick. Bounce pass to the top here to Lawyer. Lawyer dribbles up, 7 in the shot clock. Drives inside the paint, blocked by Horde. It goes out of bounds. It will stay Purdue ball with 5 in the shot clock. Hey, what's good? Jay Ramirez, welcome in. Yeah, this is starting to slip away here from NC State. Just way too many scoring droughts right now. 5 in the shot clock for Purdue. Lob goes to Edey. Goes up and puts it through. That's a perfectly executed play right there. 49-38. O'Connell at the wing, sends it on top off the Horn. 15 on the shot clock. Horn passes off the roll down. Diarra able to score, able to slip past Edey. All right, to the cup. Gut position up and in off the glass. 9-point game, just above 9 minutes left to go. Lance Jones been the player here from the perimeter that's provided the spark. That time he tried to attack the rim inside. Got it blocked here. Outlet pass ahead of the pack as they will go backdoor. They missed the open layup though. Jaden Taylor behind the defense. Blew an open layup. Tried to be too fancy with it going backdoor. And the ball goes back to Purdue. And Purdue with a chance to slow it down. Lawyer finds Gillis at the right corner. 15 on the shot clock, down to 8:40 left to go. Edey patiently backing his way. Kick out, corner 3, Gillis. Off the back from no good. A rebound secured by Burns. Up the floor now with NC State's. Bobbled, lost it, out of bounds. It's a turnover by Taylor. Oh man, too many opportunities that they're crushing right now for NC State in this game. Purdue has left the door open so many times, and NC State just cannot mount a comeback. Way too many mistakes here. 4 for 15 from 3. That resulted in their 8th turnover just a moment ago. This is just crushing for the Wolfpack. They've had so many opportunities to creep back into this game, yet they've never led right from the get-go. Edey, handoff. Here's a 3, skidded off the rim short, missed by Smith. Edey, by the way, with a double-double. 18 points, 10 rebounds. Horn dribbles up to the elbow, takes the jumper, connects on it. DJ Horde for 2. It's a 7-point game. A little bit of confidence with under 8 minutes left to go here. 20 points out of the 42. Almost half of those points tonight have been through DJ Horn for NC State. Smith sends it on top over to Gillis. Braden Smith is still yet to score. No points. 6 assists, 5 turnovers, 0 for 7 shooting, and Lawyer attacking the paint. He got denied as the basketball went out of bounds. 7-point game now. And this will take us to the media timeouts. 7:37 left to go. DJ Burns denying. Fletcher Lawyer out of bounds. DJ Burns didn't even touch it on the initial play, actually, so they're not going to roll it a block off the stat. It's actually Lawyer who slipped, lost it, and then off the fingertips out of bounds. Burns was the one who was defending Lawyer on the last play. So we head over to the timeout right now. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell if you'd like to be notified here for future live streams as we head to another timeout tonight. And this game is ticking down right now. I'll be back later tonight covering UConn against Alabama. So if you'd like to come on board for the final game of the night, feel free to do so. Yeah, Mr. Burns going to need a big 7:37 left to go remaining in this game if they want to have a chance to pull off the comeback. They've never led tonight. It's just been a couple missed opportunities for them. They've had so many opportunities to come on back, and they just haven't been able to mount this comeback. Purdue is plus 12 in the glass currently, 36-24. UConn by 40 according to Vegas. That's going to be a big one tonight. We've been getting a lot of Alabama fans this tournament around on these streams. Usually, every year, it's either between Alabama or Arkansas that there's like a bunch of fans that pour in for the game coverage. Seven-point game, 7:37 left to go. Underneath the hoop, Purdue will get the inbound upcoming. The Boilermakers looking around to pass it off. Lance Jones lobs it off to Fletcher Lawyer at the left corner. Dribbles up to the elbow. Lobs it off to Edey. Edey back outside. Lawyer accelerates inside. Floats up the runner. Tons of contact as we have a foul. Lawyer gets knocked down hard, and Burns and Edey jostling between one another right now as they get their arms tangled up inside the key. A couple players have to get separated here. Or no, Edey and Diarra. It was actually Edey and Diarra. So Edey was trying to help out Lawyer, who got knocked down as Diarra came up first. And then Diarra did not like it. Retaliated a little bit. This will be 2 free throws here at the line for Fletcher Lawyer. First one is good. (50-42). Second free throw is good. 9-point advantage here for Purdue. There's 7:30 left to go. NC State's only gone to the free throw line once this entire game. Good to see their point guards back up on the floor with Michael O'Connell. He went down earlier in the game. Jumper, 15-footer straight away. No good. Missed off the mark by Horn. Smith able to save it, though, at the baseline as it goes back to Purdue. And Purdue will play their game. They will look to slow down the ball. Approaching 7 minutes left to go. Purdue is 5 for 17 this half. NC State's 5 for 20. Edey around the perimeter. Sends it on top off to Kaufman-Renn. Hand off to Smith. Smith is still yet to score. No points. 5 turnovers, 6 assists for Braden Smith. Smith flings it off to Edey, top of the key. 5 in the shot clock. Hand off Lance Jones. Turns the corner. Floats at the runner. Got it to go. It's good for 2 by Jones. He's been the player of the game tonight. I know we talk about Zach Edey a lot. National Player of the Year. Double-double, 18 points, 10 rebounds, but low-key. Purdue getting points by Lance Jones, 14 critical points. That's the difference between an NC State lead and a Purdue lead right now. Lance Jones, 14 total points in this game, right behind Edey with 18. And inside down low, it's Burns who just put up the shot inside the low post. It went off the glass, but he traveled with it. That's a turnover committed by DJ Burns. He banked it home. They will not count the bucket, though, because of a travel violation. So, tough turnover right there. 6.5 and under left to play. Purdue has possession. Edey moves it outside, top of the key. Lawyer lobs it off to Edey, backs his way to the key. Edey, hook shot with a right hand, puts it in. This game is slipping away from NC State. 55-42, down to 6 minutes left to go. Zach Edey, 20-10, National Player of the Year, back-to-back seasons taken over in crunch time. Other 6 minutes left. Largest deficit down by 13 for the Wolfpack. A lot of dribbling as that's a tough shot, and no, couldn't get it around the rim and out, but Jaden Taylor will shoot free throws coming up here for the Wolfpack. Hockey from home, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by again. We've got 120 plus right now watching. If you're doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I'll be back covering Alabama versus UConn later tonight at 8:50 p.m., so feel free to join that stream in under an hour from now. First free throw missed at the line for NC State with Jaden Taylor. Second free throw is good. 12-point game again. Purdue gets the inbound. They've slowed it down a lot. They want to play their style. They want to play their tempo. 5:43 left to go. 12-point advantage for Purdue. Going to slow it down. Braden Smith yet to score. 14 points, though, through Lance Jones. He has been massive in this game for Lance Jones, making 4 threes. Smith at the top of the key. Smith working on Middlebrooks, 1-on-1 for the shot clock. Smith, pass on top here to Lawyer. Lawyer launches with one. Lawyer off the bottom right part of the glass, no good. That's a shot clock violation charged to Purdue. DJ Burns will check back into the game, and you got to play perfect basketball from here on out if you're NC State. If you want to have any sort of comeback opportunity, it starts here. It starts now with this next possession. It's got to be bucket, 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 defensive stop, etc. throughout the rest of this game if they want to have any chance. Time is ticking down. Just above 5 minutes left to go. Top of the key, NC State Morcell passes down low off the burn, swings it off to the wing. Here's a three. That's an air ball. That's well far from a perfect possession. It's a air ball shot. Not even close there by DJ Horn. Just such a tough game for him today because he's been expected to do so much. He has been a single-man show today for NC State. 20 points by Horn. You got to get some sort of help, though. I mean, he's basically their offense. He's accounted for around 47% of the offense tonight from the scoring by DJ Horn. 8 for 20 shooting, 2 for 7 from 3. DJ Burns has attempted 10 shots, 4 for 10 from the floor. And after that, everybody else has attempted 6 shots or fewer. Just not really much balance in this NC State squad tonight in this final 4 games. Swoosh! Redemption is the word for Purdue, and Fletcher Lawyer sends one right to the chute on a quarter 3 to put the largest lead on the scoreboard tonight. 58-43 for Purdue with under 4.5 left to go. NC State with the ball at the right elbow. Too much dribbling here. They drive inside the paint off the up fake. Blocked by Edey. Saved here inside the court of play. Pinwheels over to Middlebrooks, though. The possession kept alive. New 20. Taylor on the outside. Morcell dribbles. Floats it up and no good. Missed off the mark. Edey collected another rebound. Zach Edey, 20 points, 12 rebounds, and Purdue will slow it down. Another 4 minutes left to play here. The crowd started to get into it for Purdue fans right now. Hyping up the crowd, starting to get on their feet. Top of the key, Lawyer lobs it off to Edey. 20 and 12. Kick out to the wing. Gillis takes it. Off the front rim, no good. Offensive rebound control by Edey, though, with a new 20. 3.5 left to play. Purdue's going to slow it down. Smith looking for his first bucket of the game as he takes it. He makes it from downtown. Braden Smith, bang, bang. It took him 36.5 minutes to finally knock down a shot tonight, but does it to put Purdue up by 18. And a timeout taken on the floor by NC State. 61-43. Zach Edey, National Player of the Year, back-to-back seasons, 7'4". Looking to see if he can take on Kling Kong in the championship on Monday. If UConn comes out, picks up the win over Alabama, we shall see tonight. I'll be back on the call for UConn versus Alabama later tonight, but if UConn wins, it will be a battle between the Giants on Monday night for the national championship. Major offensive rebound by Zach Edey. 20 points. 12 boards by Edey. 2 blocks tonight. 9 for 13 shooting. Just no answer for NC State. 0 answers offensively. Just been a tough game with their balance tonight for the Wolfpack. 20 attempted shots by Horn, 10 attempted shots by Burns. Everybody else with 7 or less for NC State. DJ Horn, 8 for 20, 20 points. DJ Burns, 8 points, shooting 4 for 10. Jaden Taylor's got 6 on 2 for 7. Everybody else with 4 or fewer. Not really much balance there for NC State. Yeah, Casey Morsell, he's had a tough game too. He averages around 11 points per game. He's got nothing. Talked about Smith a bunch of times having 0, but also looking at Morsell's box score, he's got nothing. Jaden Taylor averages 11. He's only got 6 right now via the bench. Yeah, it's tough when you have one player just carrying your team. And I mean, Edey can do that, but he's just so dominant. 20 and 12 by Edey, but they've got other players stepping up. 2 other players in double figures. 14 by Lance Jones. Lance Jones an X factor today in this game. And then 11 by Fletcher Lawyer. So close for these 11 seeds. They became the 6th 11 seed to make it to the Final Four, but Cinderella runs keep on halting. LSU back in 1986 became the first 11 seed to make the Final Four. George Mason in 2006, as the dream for George Mason kept on staying alive all the way to the Final Four. VCU with Shaka Smart in 2011. Loyola Chicago and Sister Jean in 2018. And then, how about Mick Croton? The UCLA Bruins back in 2021, all the way from the play-in game. They were down by 12. I remember streaming that game. They trailed by 12 against Michigan State at one point. They came back and they forced overtime and won. This is part of a Purdue 12-1 run right now. And ironically, the game that they lost against Gonzaga, it was on a Jalen Suggs half-court buzzer beater bank. I mean, UCLA was so close to pulling off the upset, and Gonzaga, at the time, they were perfect, and their perfect season continued on the Jalen Suggs buzzer beater bank, and then Baylor, in the battle between the top 2 teams that year, Baylor took the national championship, the first tournament out of COVID. But 61-43, 3:12 left to go. Edey, Purdue record 29 double-double this season for Zach Edey. Inbound here for NC State. Horn off to Middlebrooks. Dribbles towards his left, hand off to Taylor. Taylor pass off to Middlebrooks behind him, though it sails out of bounds. And there were points in this game that, I mean, the door was open. It was 39-32, and Purdue at that time went on a 5-minute scoring drought approximately from the start, or from like the 18-minute mark to the 13-minute mark at one point in the second half. And the door kept on staying wide open, but, I mean, NC State just couldn't find any sort of offensive rhythm here. Way too many missed shots. Just Zach Edey with his size, it was just so tough for NC State. NC State wasn't sure what they were going to do because they're not like a strong perimeter shooting team that they looked like they wanted to drive to the paint, but unsure because Edey is just a monster down there. Gillis now heads to the free throw line. That's the 7th foul picked up, charged to NC State. So this is 2 at the line as he made the first one, hit the second one. 20-point lead. 2:50 left to play. NC State, what a run. It's going to end here. Purdue looking for a redemption. Purdue will take on the winner of UConn versus Alabama later tonight. I'll be back in the call as we'll be tipping off around 8:49 p.m. Eastern time. Nice pass there to the backdoor cutter off to Middlebrooks, who scored a layup, but looking like it's too little too late right now. Purdue get ahead, stay ahead as they play a slow down tempo style of basketball. They're just going to keep controlling it for the final 2:20 Smith made a three finally a couple minutes ago for his first 3 points of the game. The lob goes to Edey. Edey has yet to even sit this game. The lob back to Edey. Works his way on Burns. Got it stripped. Edey, loose ball for the shot clock. Turn around as the shot clock goes down. No good. Bricked off the back rim by Edey. 2 minutes left to play. Only 16 points this entire half for NC State. And NC State around the perimeter commits the offensive foul. Oh, wow. So, yeah, Gonzaga's been dominant there. Thanks for the update, Jen. Oh, wow, so Gonzaga's dominated UCLA since the late 90s. Smith, jumper, misfire, no good. Tipped by Edey. Middlebrooks collects the rebound. Vaughn, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Down to the final minute and a half left to go. And Jaden Taylor takes the distance, scores the layup, but too little too late. The Cinderella run here will end for NC State, but Kevin Keats, he's going to stay as head coach. He got a contract extension to 2030, and he was on the hot seat going into this season. They went 17-14 in the regular season. What a run for NC State. They lost 4 straight games to close out the regular season. They were tied against Louisville with 4.5 minutes left. In the first game of the ACC tournament, basically their whole season just switched around. The turning point was that missed free throw by Virginia with 8 minutes left, which opened up the door for NC State, and then NC State banked a 3 to force overtime in the ACC tournament semis. They won in overtime against Virginia. They won against North Carolina to win the ACC championship, beat Texas Tech in the first round of the tournament, beat Oakland, a Cinderella who knocked off Kentucky in the first round in round 2. That's a 3 that's good for NC State, 63-50, down to 40 seconds left. And Kevin Keats will be back next season as the head coach. And despite things not going their way tonight, this NC State squad, I mean, nobody thought that they'd be an NCAA tournament team sitting at 17-14 late February, closing out the regular season and winning 9 games in the span of around 25 days. Just an incredible feat to do that. But this Purdue team looking for redemption this season. What a story for them. Last year, bounced out against the 16, looking like shades of Virginia from 5 years ago. Shot clock violation taken by Purdue. We're down to 11 seconds left. Yeah, good to see he's locked in until 2030. And he got like a big bonus pay and raise for all of that for winning the ACC championship. 10 seconds remaining. NC State missed the 3. Purdue collects the rebound, and this game is over. I'll be back later tonight covering UConn against Alabama, so feel free to join in around 8:50 p.m. I have it scheduled for 8:45, so planning to start around 8:45 later tonight. Zach Edey, double-double. 20 points, 12 rebounds, 9 for 14 shooting tonight by Edey. They went just 7 players deep for Purdue. Lance Jones, the X factor in this one. 14 points by Lance Jones, making 4 threes. 11 points by Fletcher Lawyer for Purdue. Those 3 players really had excellent games today. Braden Smith only had 3. He had finally a 3-point shot that he made with the final 3.5 minutes left to go for Smith, but 6 total assists by Smith. He did have 5 turnovers, playing quite tight compared to usual for Braden Smith, but still, I mean, Zach Edey guiding his team to victory, 63-50 the final score. And I'll be back on in around 35 minutes approximately from now. We will have Game 2. UConn, Alabama coming up. Make sure to join in once again for that one. Before you do sign off, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. The Purdue Boilermakers going to make their second ever appearance in a national championship. They were runner-up in 1969, They'll be playing on Monday for the national championship against the winner of UConn versus Alabama. I'll be back on later tonight. Feel free to join in for that one. For now, I'm going to sign off here. We'll close out to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. And also, welcome back to the membership here as I got to put it back on. Oh, yeah, it is back on. Ice Ice Baby for the rejoin at the bottom of the text there is Ice Ice Baby, part of the membership once again. So here are the channel members getting shout-outs here. We got Jason, Warren, Rajeep, I Am Ghost, David, Russell, John, Mark, Kelly, Jeffrey, Vegas, Oink Oink, Michael, Katie, Bradley, Daniel, Derek, Sister Surround, Mario, Guido, Tristan, SG Sports Talk, Ice Ice Baby, Robin, Melinda, and Jack City. Thanks all for joining in and being a part of the stream for this one tonight. Congratulations to the Purdue Boilermakers. Zach Edey with his 5th double-double to NCAA tournament. He finishes with 20 points and 12 rebounds. And the Purdue Redemption Tour continues. National championship game for Purdue on Monday to face the winner of a UConn versus Alabama. I'll be back in around 35 minutes from now for that stream. Thanks all for joining in. And enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, everyone.